It is 3:40 in the morning, Tuesday. I just got off of work. I got some training, and it's not my usual schedule, and so I'm kind of fitting stuff in and trying to work around, the current schedule to make sure that I'm still getting my lifts in the way that I want. Today consists of legs. I don't really tend to do a quad focused or a ham focused. I try to get at least one or two movements per muscle group in the legs, and that is what I'm going to start with. I kind of start with that big, heavy movement for the hack squat. I'm actually going to do a sissy squat, and I'll show where my feet are actually placed on the hack squat, but that's how I do my hack squats, to kind of start off with warming up the knees and staying quad focused for the first portion of the workout. And then I move to hams once I'm done. Yeah, I kind of put my feet in this kind of motion, put my heels together, and they're out. And I land on my tippy toes and I push up. I'm going to try to get 8 to 10, hopefully 12 out of this, but we'll see. Come on. Okay. I'm actually pretty confident about that starting off. So I might throw some extra weight on it just to really challenge myself, because even though I'm out of breath and 12 felt like a struggle, I still want to make sure that I'm pushing myself, but not too hard to where I get an injury. I think that, so many people, don't see gains because when they're doing their workout, they're like, okay, next set, next set, next set. And I don't know the science behind it, but for me, it feels like you're tiring out the muscles way too quick. You're gassing yourself way before your time. And it just isn't optimal for the type of training that I think most people want to do. Just make sure you always are resting for about a minute or so. I feel like at minimum between your sets. Let's go. I don't know if I'm going to put my belt on after this, but we'll see what we got. I got one more. That was kind of a calf raise. I got one more. The right way. Oh, man. All right. Come on. Come on. That was hard. That was hard. Push it to the max because it's just what I was taught. I'm gonna try to get like 3 of these, and that's gonna be crazy. Starting from this position. Put my feet back in position because if you can see my thighs here, I'll probably roll it up a little bit, or my quads, I guess, whatever. I'm doing it for these outer thighs to give it that look of that huge quad. The feet position is for because when I'm coming up, it's squeezing this part of the quad, the outer quad. We got 5. Alright. I'm done with that. So, whoever was sitting here before was obviously my size, except for someone who did not want that squeeze. So, I'm gonna do single leg. I just think that it's important because everybody is left-handed or right-handed. Some people are ambidextrous, but for the most part, people are left to right. And I think that no matter how you swing it, you know, one side gets favored over the other. And so I do think that, and I've had injuries on my left leg before, my left knee specifically. So I think it's a little weaker. So, you know, I tend to do movements where I'm doing single. So that's what I'm going to do here. Push. Keep it up there. Okay. Keep it up there. Keep it up there. I'm done with that. This is when I'm probably cooked, but you push past it. And I'll probably do some like filthy sets, dirty sets, whatever you want to call it. Just start slinging it up there just to get it, and then I'll do my last set with both legs, and just do what I can. All right. But this type of thing is like, once you do this, you will see how swollen my quads are. I'll try to show you guys how swollen they are. Which is why I picked this angle. Maybe you can see it from here. But it hurts. It's painful, but it gets the job done. Okay, let's go. Done. I am gonna do double legs. Last week I did that with 140. And so my personal idea is that I just go up each week, like, even if I can't do it, I try it out. Shit. I'm about to start on my hamstrings movements. And, at this point, honestly, I'm a little gassed. But I try to keep, as high energy as possible. I'm closer to the ground, so with the machines at this Planet Fitness, at most Planet Fitness, especially because you don't have free weights, when I'm doing RDLs with the bar, I tend to have 25s under me to give me that, extra bump off the floor so that I can get the stretch I need. And I use straps just because, gotta keep that on you. Gotta keep the straps on you. Kind of take that extra component of the grip out of it, working the right way. And so this is really just going to be a hinge at the hip, keeping a little bend in those knees, but yeah, just making sure those hamstrings are being activated. That's tough for me. As you notice, my knees shaking a little bit. Yeah, I'm not gonna put any more weight on that. I really just work there. And if you kind of notice, kind of keeping my legs a little close together. I just have always done it that way. And I got pretty decent hamstrings, so it's worked for me this far. And I'm always gonna emphasize, like, do what works best for you. I wasn't being mindful of my phone charging because I was at work earlier. So I'm just gonna finish it off here. I post on Reddit sometimes, and um, someone asked me what do I do for core. I really only do one or two things, but the meat of what I do is hanging leg raise. So I'm gonna jump right into it, and if I can't get all the footage, that's where we kill it. But this is what I do. I'll see you guys when I'm at home. Okay, so yesterday when I was working out, I'm gonna throw this clip in here because yesterday I was working out and I kind of couldn't explain what I meant when I was talking about that kind of like definition that you get in that from doing that hack squat, sissy squat style, and what it really works. And I mean, my quads feel still pretty bad to where it feels like I stretched my skin out still, and it's a couple hours later the next day. Just kind of me flexing. Maybe you could see that bulge out, that bulge out here, and that's really what it is that you're getting from that side. The best way I can see it is here. We are home. I'm home. Um, I made a quick little breakfast before I go to sleep. Shower and go to sleep, and start the day anew because I work night shifts. But I kind of wanted to give a second rundown because again, my camera did die. Um, my phone died, but I'm gonna be a little bit more on top of making sure that my phone is charged um, before I go film for the gym because I want to make sure that moving forward you guys can see all of the things that I'm doing. And I did do calf raises. I did do some more core work. It's a little bit. I didn't do too much because after you know the hack squats and the other stuff that I did, I was cooked. Um, yeah, and also I'm gonna say I never go into the gym, always knowing exactly what I want to do. I kind of tend to have like a an idea, so and based on how much time I spend, I can't always get everything in. And I'm not gonna be in the gym for 3 hours because that's just unrealistic for the stuff that I have going on in my life. And so, yeah, I definitely wanted to get in some glute work and what have you, but it just didn't happen. And sometimes and honestly, I don't think that today was really a quad focused day. I think that, what you guys will see will be kind of geared towards quad focus kind of things. But yeah, I did some seated leg curls for hammies after I did my RDLs with the Smith machine. Um, and then, I do lower body, so that's legs and abs, which I just started getting back into doing core work, because I really uh, wasn't doing it as much, the last few weeks before. So I'm trying to get back on that and make sure that I'm staying on top of that. Um, but I got my food here. I'm gonna move forward. Also, I want to mention I live in an apartment building. The beep that you will hear sometimes is the hallway, trying to get that fixed. But you know, when they come and send their maintenance team, we'll see what happens. Mm, but we are living in a recession. I spent almost $12 after taxes on an 18 pack of eggs, and I had 2 eggs left. So I stretched it with some Greek yogurt, and I put some spinach and, yeah, salt and pepper and some onion powder. But 2 eggs, and then, like maybe a quarter cup of Greek yogurt, maybe less than that. Yeah, but I put a little bit less. But this is that's what I do to stretch it, and I got some bagels and some cream cheese, and then I got some oatmeal with peanut butter for that extra kind of like calorie, and some fruit. This is just my first meal of the day. I just got to go back to the grocery store. So I always want to finish off, kind of with like a little yap session, um, and just kind of, get showing my food, and just, having that space to wind down and kind of recap what I did. And yeah, also do your cardio. It's something that sometimes I skip, sometimes I don't. But make sure, if you live a sedentary life, where you're at the computer, whatever you do, if you're not walking around, doing what I do all day, which is walking around fixing stuff, like, and that you're not getting your steps in, like, you should be after your workout or before, depends, or in your free time on a bike, on a stationary bike, on a real bike, walking around. So make sure you're getting your cardio. I prefer low impact because of how much walking I do, that my feet, I'm not going to just be running around on the treadmill after my workout. I tend to do the bike or the Stairmaster. So that's what I like. But I'm going to cut this here and just say like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to be notified of when I'm posting videos, you can click that notify button. And thanks for watching. And I'll see you guys next time I train. Peace.